on that fast.
You're obviously referring to the Patterson film.
Yes.
Yes. What's your opinion on the Patterson film?
I think that there's some fact behind that. I mean, somebody saw something and nobody can dispute it, so.
I don't want to get too emotional here, but have you had say, a loved one you were close to in the last 10 years pass away, a grandmother perhaps, or a great-grandmother, or something
Yes.
like that? Okay. If she were to appear to you, and she would give you the same presentation that I had talked to Ben about, you can ask one question, you have 1 minute, what would you ask her? Or just say to her.
Well,
or
I
him.
actually have seen spirits of loved ones before, none of which I could talk to.
Right.
But if I had 1 minute and had one question to ask, I would ask, what's the afterlife like?
Okay, that's a wonderful answer. That is. Because I've often, wondered, what is on the other side? What's it like on the other side? It's a deep subject.
Definitely.
I have to wonder, what are we going to lose out on? What's not going to be on the other side? I hate to say this, and it's going to make me sound like a complete asshole, but I'm used to that. Is there coffee? Is there Marlboros? Okay.
That is actually one thing that we probably couldn't improve.
Is there music?
That would be awesome. I mean, is it like it is now? Are we going to know the people that we know now
I
in
certainly
the afterlife?
hope so. Yes.
So.
And to breach an even more tender subject, I mean, is there sex on the other side? Or, do you think that, since spirits are energy, okay, do you think there might be like an intertwining of minds, and that would be like the next level of intimacy on the other side?
That's a good question.
I don't know. Everyone would be calling me an energy whore, I'm sure. I don't know, but there's you know what it reminds me of? You seen the movie with Patrick Swayze, Ghost?
Yes.
Okay. And that one spirit he meets, and they're in a subway station, and the guy's looking at a cigarette machine, and he says, I would give anything in the world to just have one drag, one puff of that cigarette. See, I can see that as being me. I am so hopelessly addicted to cigarettes, but it's one of my weaknesses. But I'm worried about losing my weaknesses, my coffee, my cigarettes, sex, all the things that make life worth living. That's right. Is religion too touchy for you?
No.
Okay.
I'm very open-minded.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, to a certain extent.
Okay. You can expand.
I believe that there is a higher power. The title that people put on it is God.
Right.
I don't believe in organized religion.
That's how wars are started quite often.
That's kind of such a broad subject because people are so fierce about their beliefs that they aren't willing to be open-minded. I mean, who actually says what religion is right? I mean, it could be any of them. It could be none of them. So, I mean, I'm very open-minded, and I take it for what it is.
I like that. And you breached upon a lot of people with religion being closed-minded. And what that takes me back to, years and years ago, a friend of mine asked me to go to a Bible study so he could save my damned soul. And he said, we will show you evidence that you can't refute. They just showed me a bunch of horse shit. But they were talking, and they were talking how, if you die before you're baptized, you go to hell. And I said, well, what if a baby dies before it's baptized? And they looked at me with a straight face and said, God hates that baby and will make sure that it burns in eternal damnation for its sins. And I really didn't like that. We talked for a little bit longer, and then, of course, they found out that I was an atheist, and then I could hear whispers in the background, yeah, God hates atheists, too. I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's nice. So it just went on and on for a while. After a while, I finally had to say, you know what, fuck each and every one of you, and I got up and left.
Well, that makes me think of that guy, forgive me for not knowing his name, and not even the date, but not too awful long ago, the world was supposed to end. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, we
and
were,
he publicized this, and he ripped off so many people, and there was actually this guy I watched, he sold his house, he had a wife and 3 children, he was a doctor, I do believe, he quit his job, sold everything, and went preaching about how the world's gonna end, and obviously we're still here, so I really hope this guy's wife kicked him square, you know where, because...
Right.
I mean...
Right into Dickies.
Yep.
Yes. People of extreme faith might say that maybe the rapture did happen and we were the ones left behind. I don't believe that for a fucking second, but I just had to throw it out there. All right, Ellie, if you just introduce yourself, please.
Okay, Ellie Kolar. I was born in Baltimore. Came to Pennsylvania.
Land of, help me out, wrote The Raven.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe, thank you.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Through a long line.
All right.
Yeah, but if you see a picture of him and look at her nose and look at his nose, they're identical.
Through a very long line.
Beware of the Raven.
Yeah. Oh, he's good.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Let's go with something a little traditional here. You can go back in time. You can spend an hour with anyone that had ever lived. Who are you going to spend the time with, and what are you going to speak of?
Abraham Lincoln.
Why? What would you speak to him about?
Everything he did.
Right.
You know, the whole Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah. Perhaps ask him, what he was most proud of.
Oh, yeah.
In his administration.
Oh, definitely. That was incredible. I mean,
he had an incredibly difficult presidency, not simply because of the Civil War, but I know he lost a child in the White House, and possibly two. I'm not actually sure. To actually lose a child and then have to, keep the pace up, it just must have been unbearable.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Greatest president ever lived.
It was probably him.
Probably Lincoln. Yeah.
I mean, if I have to pick,
For me, it would come down to either Lincoln or Kennedy, I think.
Oh yeah, Kennedy's good too.
Yeah, Kennedy's good. We're going to do something a little macabre now. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with you. Okay. How old are you?
20.
Okay. How old do you think you'll be when you die?
52.
Okay.
Sure.
Dave.
53.
Big Ben.
49, 50.
Tanya.
83.
Right on. Great.
40.
40.
I'm not giving myself that much longer.
Josh.
45.
Living with a mongrel. Yeah, I'd kill myself. Everett.
76.
76. All right.
How about yourself?
Yeah.
How old am I? That's what I pick.
I don't know.
Okay. No, honestly, 55. Maybe. I hope.
I hope to live longer, but first number that came to my head.
Okay, this pretty much wraps us up for the night. We were hoping this storm would hold off.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we have a torrential thunderstorm going on outside, so we've taken refuge in this rather sturdy-looking tent. Closing thoughts, Everett?
It was a wonderful night, Except for the unexpected, thunder shower we were having, but it was throwing some beautiful lightning out in the night.
I wonder if this could be that same massive storm that I saw on Doppler this morning. I don't see how it could have got here this quick.
If it is, you're right, it got here very quick.
Yeah. Anyway, it's been an enjoyable night. We had a lot more videos to do, but obviously they're not going to get done. So we're going to sit here inside this tent, and we're going to eat cheesy puffs and drink Diet Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so thanks for watching our video.
Thank you.